Hey friends, welcome to Mom Talk, where today I am sharing 5 things that I don't particularly like about motherhood. So if this sounds interesting to you, stay tuned, give this video a big thumbs up because it really does support my channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that bell to get notified because we upload every Monday and Thursday, and let's get to chatting. If this is the first time I'm meeting, thank you so much for clicking on my video. My name is Beck, I am a mom to 4, and I have been a mom for the past 7 and a bit years. And it has definitely been a journey that I could never have comprehended when I first saw 2 pink lines on a pregnancy test back in 2015, but I am so thankful for this journey. I'm thankful for the person that I have become. Children truly are a blessing from the Lord, and I don't want you to think that I am complaining about being a mom. These are just 5 things that I find difficult in my parenting journey that I know others may connect with, and I just want to create that community where you feel like you're not alone. So let's get into number 1. The first thing I struggle with is being spoken at. There is not a moment when my kids are not around that I am just having to listen to a conversation that they're having at me. It's not like I'm being included in it. They're just wanting to dump it on me because it's their way of inviting me into their world, which I'm very thankful for. But it's very hard when it's just that one-way relationship, and having a 1, 2, 5, and 7-year-old, they're not at the point where it is a 2-way street. My 7-year-old is getting there, which I am so thankful for, but it's definitely a work in progress. And so being spoken at constantly, being needed constantly, is something that is just emotionally draining, and I find emotional strain to be more difficult to deal with on a daily basis than physical. And when you are being emotionally drained 24/7 for a extended amount of time, aka years, it is definitely something that is challenging. But I enjoy the fact that they do want me to be part of their life, and that is something that I tell myself, that they are inviting me to hear about their day, or they're wanting my help, and it is something that I know one day they won't necessarily need or want me around. So I'm making the most of the moment, but it is something that I struggle with. The second thing is the fact that parenting is a relentless and thankless job at the moment. I know I probably didn't actually fully understand and appreciate my mom until the first step was when I was married. I moved out of home and I realized how much she did for all of us kids, even being an adult child. And the second was when I had my kids. I thought, oh my gosh, the love and sacrifice that you have poured into us 4 kids is remarkable. And that's the thing, is at the moment, my little humans have no idea what we are investing into them, nor should they, because it's not their place to have to see how much it's taking out of us. It's kind of like ballet, where you watch ballet and it's so beautiful, and yet those ballerinas are using all of that muscle and it's such hard work for them, yet they make it look effortless. And I feel like that's parenting. I feel like it's something that you pour your heart and soul into, and you will do it over and over again because of your love for your kids. But at the same time, it is something that is so exhausting that I just wasn't prepared for. The third is lack of sleep. Oh my goodness, this is something that is definitely getting Mick and I to be at breaking point, is the fact that I haven't had a proper sleep since probably 2016, like January 2016. Amira was born in May, but that last bit of pregnancy, you are so uncomfortable. You're getting up to go to the toilet so many times because baby's just sitting on the bladder. And it's like every time we have gotten to the point where our child is finally sleeping through the night, we've then introduced another member of the family, and having a newborn means you are up so frequently. And that lack of sleep is just something that I do not like about parenthood. I don't like the fact that I am not able to get a full night amount of sleep. I don't like the fact that I am not getting a full amount of nighttime sleep. It is something that I absolutely need to be able to function, to be able to regulate myself and be the best self. And I guess it's kind of my own cross to carry, is the fact that I cannot have daytime sleeps. I have to be either extremely sick or completely exhausted in order to sleep at midday when my littles go down, just because I feel like when the sun is up, there's things to do, and as a mom there are so many things that you are doing, so many balls that you are juggling, so much where you're just trying to get the most out of each day so that you can have downtime and you can have time with your husband and you can have time with your kids as well as doing everything else. And if you're working and running a house, it's just mental. So not having sleep I have found to be excruciating, and then it's just so funny because you're not sleeping at nighttime, yet your daytime is completely controlled by that little human's sleep routine. I did not expect it when I became a mother. I had these hilarious, now that I look back at it, expectations that I thought my baby would just sleep wherever, whenever, and I was going to continue living the life that I had become accustomed to, which we tried and it did not work for us at all. And so we have been very much a sleep regimented family, but our kids just struggle with nighttime sleeps, and that's been so hard. Another part of motherhood that I wasn't expecting was the guilt trips. If you allow it, can be so many guilt trips about the food that you feed. And even from the beginning, whether you do breastfeeding or formula feeding, bottle feeding, whatever, there's always that mother's guilt that comes across. Are you feeding the right solids when you introduce solids? And then when you're picking activities, are you getting out of the house enough? Are you getting them to sleep enough? Are you picking the best school for them? Like, there are so many things that you can get mother's guilt over. If you go back to work, are you being a bad mom? If you're staying home, are you being a bad mom? Even to the point where I went and got a haircut and I felt bad for the fact that I wasn't with my kids on school holidays and I had gone out to get a haircut. It is crazy if you let it go. Like, it's like a snowball going down a hill, and you can have that little bit of guilt, and if you allow it to have control, it can just become ginormous. And I will always communicate with Mick if I'm feeling a bit guilty about doing anything, and it's great to have that voice of reason that says it's okay, you're allowed to look after yourself, because sometimes I forget that that's okay. And sometimes I feel like people are secretly judging me, which I actually don't think they are, it's just in my head. That is something that I struggle with as a mom, is the fact that whether it's perceived judgment or it is judgment or it's my mother's guilt, sometimes you just feel like you're a failure at it, which that really sucks, especially as someone who loves to give my best all the time and to get the most out of it, to be more efficient at it. There is no criteria that says that you're a great mom, except for the fact as long as you're doing what's right for you, what's right for your kids, then that's the best. The last thing that I don't like about motherhood is forever changing. From when they're born to probably the time that I take my last breath, because that's when I will stop being a mom. You finally think that you know what's happening, and then they grow or they change or something happens developmentally and you've lost it. You think you've got it with the first kid, you add the next kid, and their personalities are different, and so it's a different game of parenting that you're playing, and it's forever changing. And as a person who loves consistency and routine and structure, becoming a mom, oh my gosh, it has challenged me in the best way possible to become the best person that I can be. But it has been so hard, and I'm very thankful for Mick being such an amazing husband, and for my family who are there to help me out, to give me respite, to give me words of encouragement. Oh my goodness, it has been a rocky roller coaster journey ride, and I am forever, eternally grateful for becoming a mom and being a mom. I wouldn't have it any other way, but these are the 5 things that I, to this day, can find very tricky in my motherhood journey. So if you liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that bell, because we upload new content every Monday and Thursday. Because this parenting gig doesn't come with a rulebook, we only have each other. And please comment down below to connect with me. What's some things that you don't necessarily enjoy about being motherhood, or do you have the same things as me? And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!